totally black. I was hot. I was so hot. I put the pepper on both eyes. And that was when I woke up. I couldn't see. It was... Hello guys, how are you all doing? It's your girl again, Juliana Vlog. Please, if today is the first day you're joining my live video, please share me, support me by sharing me out, because this is my story part 2. So I remember I ended crying at the other one. So my worst nightmare was to tell my aunt that her husband tried to rape me after she had begged me. And the worst part of it was I didn't tell the parents. I didn't tell my parents because I literally did not have access to my parents as at then, you know. My parents lived in the village and her parents were in the city, but different city from us. So my worst nightmare kept on like that. I was being beaten up and down for nothing, what I did and what I did not do. So before this incident, why I was still little when I came into her house, I realized that each time I'm lying down and I'm sleeping, my aunt will tiptoe and raise up my clothes, you know. And at the point of she raising up my clothes while I was sleeping, I will wake up, you know. I woke up, I walk away. She never explained to me the reason why she was doing what she was doing. Not knowing she was, as at that time, thinking that I was going to be molested because I was with her husband, and her husband 3 grown-up brothers. You understand? And they all bring their own women there. In that time in the house, they all loved me. They buy me things. They mock me. Oh, wait, because pikin wey come for village, what do you expect for that kind of a child now? You know, I was so happy. I'm living a city life and all of that. I've been a child from, I'm one child from my parents that right from when I was small, all uncles from all over, they all loved me. They all loved me, love what I do, they just love me. I just have this charisma that people just attract to me, you understand? I have that spirit of attraction. People get attracted to me, you know, even as a child. So I didn't know what she was doing that. I didn't know why she was doing that. I didn't know because she wanted to know in case any of them come to me to sexually harass me. She want to know as well if I was a deep sleeper. But as a child then, she should explain to me, because I think at that point in time she was doing that, I was already like 8 years. I've spent like literally not, if not 2 years plus with her, you know. Then before you know, we moved out from that apartment. I used to tell you, then they were really having nothing. They were living alone with families, you know, in 3-bedroom flats, one with she and her husband with one, the other one shared, I think 3-bedroom flat. Yes, 3-bedroom flat, because one was staying with another one, you know. 2 were staying in one room, the other one was staying in one room, like that, according to their ages and all of that. My brothers and sisters, so I didn't know. If I had known, I would have told the parents, but I didn't know. Then the whole stuff started and, you know, kept on. 1 year after, 2 years, at 17 years, 16 years, at 17, 18, 19, and this thing was going on like that, you know. It vividly happened, I think, about close to my 20th year, you know, which is about 3 years. And then one day, I told her, I can no longer take all of this, because I was being accused of already having boyfriend. I was this one friends with, you know, people started saying all manner of things about me, even the ones that don't love me at the estate, you know. They started saying bad thing about me. And this is me. She knew the boys that were always coming around me, and she would tell me, oh, bring them home, let me talk to them, let's see what they do, let me encourage you guys have to finish school before anything that has to do with relationship. I will like, okay, no problem. I will like, okay, no problem. So my brothers and sisters, the punishment was so much that one day I had slept. I was so tired and I was sleeping. While I was sleeping, before I slept off, I was cleaning. It was about 1 a.m. You know, so late. I work late. I do work late. They labor me up to 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., which is the one I can remember as a child. Remember, whatever you do to a child the child will never forget. 3 a.m. I will still be awake. Kudos anyway, it made me strong, it makes me the woman I am. So I was sleeping, and I think I was to boil water. She have asked me to boil water. Then we were using ring boiler to boil water in a custard bowl. Then this was before I got to 16, before that incident happened. Then I was boiling water. While I was boiling water, I slept up, and the water got boiled to the extent and dried up to the ring boiler melted and fell on the carpet, and it was all red, you know. Then she had woken up from her room to come and check me. I have slept off on where I was folding clothes, because there were a lot of clothes where I was folding clothes in that same room on top of the bed. And the next thing I knew was she just brought grounded pepper. Grounded pepper. Wala makachuku. She brought grounded pepper. I've said in this video I'm not going to cry. I brought so she has brought grounded pepper and lift up my eye. I was still sleeping. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't see. And she lifted up for 1 week. I couldn't see. They became so scared. They became so scared. The husband was even almost divorcing her as that day. That why will you do this to this child, because she slept off. I was being overlaid, but that was when the man was protecting me as a dead. That was the worst, or will I say the height my treatment I've ever gotten from her. And then she put pepper in my eyes, grounded pepper. I couldn't see for 1 week. I couldn't see for 1 week. They just kept consulting, doing things to make sure I see. They were quarreling, they don't know what to do. And she was started begging me. Before you know, I don't know what they were just giving me to put in my eyes there. And I started seeing gradually. And after that incident, that was when the rape attempt happened. That was when the rape attempt happened. And at this time around, I just concluded that no, I can no longer live in this house. I have to go. So I kept telling them, first year I want to go, they refused. Second year I told them I want to go, they refused. And then they refused me going, and this time around I lose it, and I didn't know what to do again. So at this time I didn't know what to do again. I was already 18 years plus as at that time, so I started having admirers that would dash me money. I was so scared now to take her things, because her husband have done one, and you know, I was so scared to start telling her things. So each time they dash me the money, I would tell her I saw the money on the ground. Okay, she might see this video today and she will remember. I would tell her I picked the money on the ground. She was always happy that I'm picking money on the ground, giving it to her. But I know in the back of her mind, she knew it was a man that was giving me. So I had a lot of money someone gave to me. So, and I saw a very beautiful red dress, because my first color then was red. I fell in love with. So I had seen a beautiful red dress that I wanted to buy, and I started paying for the dress gradually. And before you know it, a friend of mine that I've confided in, and told her, okay, can you please keep the dress for me and all of that. And the friend told her, and all, and the thing escalated, and she was like, oh, now I now have money, I'll be buying things secretly, I will not tell her. And I told her, okay, this is the truth, this is how I got the money and all of that. My brothers and sisters, I saw the worst nightmare of my life that day. Why this one beating and all of that, and when that beating became too much that day, she was like, okay, she's going to disgrace me. I should take her to the shop. I bought the cloth. She's going to disgrace me. She's going to tear my cloth. Everybody's going to see my nakedness. And I was a very shy child at that time. I was very, very, very shy. So So I didn't want her to do that. At this point, I told her, okay, I need to go. I don't want anymore. I don't want enough of all this disgrace. I want to leave your house today. And she was like, no, I'm going on nowhere. I go nowhere. Yeah, your parents has dashed us to you, to us. You are now our own. We can do whatever we want to do to you. And I told her it's not going to happen. Me, I am leaving, and she refused. I said okay, and she was. It was just me and herself that was in the house. The kids have gone to school at that time. I think literally before they would go and pick the school from school. So this thing happened happening around between 11, 12, between me and her. So I told her I want to go. I can't anymore, you know. So I told her I want to go, and she was like, I'm not going anywhere. So I went inside the house. I took a knife. So I was about to take my life. And she was just looking at me. I put the knife on my tummy. And I told her I'm going to stab myself if she does not take me back to my parents. I cried and I cried. She refused. Not until the knife started penetrating before she knew I was serious. And then she grabbed the knife from me, and we were struggling with the knife because the way she saw that I was really struggling with her with the knife because I didn't want to let go. And at that time I was fed up with life. I was tired of the maltreatment. I was so tired of everything, and I needed to go home. So I needed to go home. And she wasn't allowing me to go home. So after dragging the knife with me, I think the knife broke, and she was really frightened, and she had to call her husband to come back from the work. And the man was like, okay, you know what we're gonna do now? Since you choose to commit suicide in our house, I'm gonna take you to the station. You're gonna make a report that you were about to take your life, and blah 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 blah, or you go home. And I chose that, or he takes me home. And I said, okay, I choose to go home. So she was crying. I was like, no, she doesn't want me to go this way. That please, I should choose to go to the station and report. I said, I'm not going anywhere. You know, as at that time, it was two of them, and I cannot confront them. Okay, if I have even choose this station, I would tell the station what he was about to do as at that time, and what I'll be facing the matter. But I don't know if I was going to get justice at that day. So I chose okay, because it has happened years before this one. So I told okay, I needed to go home. I told them I want to go home. So since I choose home, and the man was like, okay, they are going to take me home. Then my sister started calling people to beg me that I shouldn't go. I said I want to go. I'm fed up. My friends came. The ladies that were my friends. I told her I'm sick, I'm tired, and I didn't want to go home. So that was how I went home. She took me back to her father, because it was through her father I came to her. She took me back to her father. Little did I know, they put me in a taxi to take me home. And then I got home. They told me how I'm going to take transport and get home. So I get home. Little did I know that she had told her mother and her father lies. I didn't know. So